Greetings, welcome to the Into the Cypher podcast. I am your host, Into the Cypher podcast host, Cypher the MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs, back with you once again. God has been good this week. God is good always. Hopefully you've had a blessed week, a safe weekend as well. You know, he got you through this week. He got big plans for you. Yo, DJ, where you at, pimpin'? Alrighty then, there we go. So you know what today's topic is. We're gonna get into it, but before we get into anything, I definitely want to say, if you are looking for any type of headshots or anything dealing with photography, some photos taken, hit my boy up, David Losee, 5th_business. That's his IG, 5th_business on IG. Tell him Cypher the MC sent you, so that way he can get you hooked up. You know, it's prom time, graduation. If you're an aspiring model, he'll take care of you. All right. Because, you know, I wanted to shout out people that can help you, because you know what? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Shout out to Jay-Z. We about to get into our disclaimers. You know how we do. We about to get into it. I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist.
Nope.
All right. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a sex therapist. I'm not a family doctor or relationship guy. I don't have any masters or doctorates on my wall from Columbia. I am just a regular Joe Schmo. Just a regular guy giving you his perspective on life. Maybe we can come to some sort of, at these crossroads and figure out the best way that we can be on the path to be the best version of ourselves as the Creator intended. So we got our disclaimers out the way. You know how we do. We got to get them out the way. So today's topic: does your work life look better than your home life? I'm gonna let you marinate on that for a second. Does your work life look better than your home life? Now you might be like, Cypher, what do you mean, my boy? Well, I'll tell you. I'm glad you asked, my boy. You remember back in high school? Certain days you were actually excited to go to school. Like you couldn't wait to get to school. And I'm not just talking about on the first day of school where everyone wants to show off their white shoes and their crisp clothes. You know, the first of the, you're excited to, see all your friends again and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about just regular school year or whatever. You might just be one of those days when you are just kind of excited to get to school. You know what I'm saying? You just, might be that cutie with the nice booty, nice frame that you want to holler at. You know what I'm saying? But you never hollered at her.
Nope.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't get the number, bruh. You didn't get the number. That's not even front. Okay. But you still had some excitement. You saw your friends. There might have been that one class that you actually enjoyed, not called gym or PE as it was called back then. You was kind of excited. Do you have that same excitement when you go to work versus when you're home? Now, we all know that work is what work is. It's pretty much just that grind to get a paycheck, to pay bills, to afford a certain lifestyle, to be afforded a certain lifestyle, to do the things that you want to do, right? But also, you come to maybe perhaps make friends or, acquaintance or associates that you may have a drink with after work, or, you might have socials with, just to catch up on life, especially now since we're kind of post pandemic. Still be vigilant, still be safe out there. Let's not get lazy and everything like that. Still be vigilant. Wash your hands. 30 seconds, all that good stuff. I'm not the CDC. I'm just saying, be safe. But you have those moments where you're like, we're going to have a social, and you're kind of excited about it. Just, it's not dealing with work. It's not work related, so to speak. It's just a chance to catch up. Do you look forward to that more so than you actually look forward to going home after work or being at home after work if you're, working from home? I mean, it shouldn't be like that, but let's face it. From my perspective, Corona, the pandemic itself, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things as far as the relationships that I had with people, both internally and externally. It kind of made me look at myself in a different light as far as, what path do I want to be on? What do I want to do with my life? What more out of life is there outside of just working and coming home? I mean, we all like to come home and relax and hang out or, do things with, family or those, under our roofs and things of that nature. But when your work life starts to be more fun, so to speak, or more favorable, or you start looking forward to going to work than being home, then that should raise a kind of a flag or a Metal Gear warning. Like, what is going on at home or in your household that you're looking forward to going to work? It may not have anything to do with a specific person. It may just be like, compared to what's going on under your own roof or compared to what's going on at home, you're actually looking forward to going to work. I mean, it's, and this question came to me. I was just thinking, as I normally do. I try to do that at least a few times a day.
Yeah, that's true.
I was just thinking to myself, I think I was reading, there's some new, they give these strains, these weird names and these fantasy names and things of that nature. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the Star Trek are you coming up with these names? These, Deltacron, Omicron. I mean, oh my gosh, are these Transformers now? But I was reading an article about a new strain that they were discovering or what have you, and I was thinking to myself, like, dang, the pandemic itself really, confined us. We were separated from family. We were separated from our friends. We can only see them through FaceTime or Skype or Zoom or whatever the case may, whatever you use to, Facebook Messenger, whatever. We can only see them through those means, and it kind of, made us long for that companionship, that that camaraderie, so to speak, with those individuals that we couldn't see, and we were kind of stuck. Stuck at home for the most part, with our loved ones or people under your roof. Let's be honest. Sometimes you may not, love the people under your roof. You may like them sometimes, but you may not, or you may love them and not like them. Something like that. You know what I'm talking about. But the fact of the matter is, when it came to those times, it was kind of like, wow, I can't wait to be around my, my colleagues, my workmates, my associates and things of that nature, check up on them, see how they're doing and things of that nature. You begin to maybe on a small scale, appreciate them more. Not appreciate having the job more, but appreciate what came with the job. Those individuals that, came with the job there. And that's kind of how I saw it. And I was like, wow. I mean, most of us really don't get as excited for work as we would, man, I can't wait to get off. Woo, this weekend. Oh, wow. What you gonna do this weekend? Me and the family are going to, me and my spouse or significant other, we're going to, and it was like that. It was that, wow, I can't wait for the weekend to come. I can't wait for this to happen, for that to happen. But now, has that flipped? Has that changed in any sense? Has that changed in any form? Has it been something that you've noticed, perhaps, that you're looking forward to going to work, or just chopping it up with those that you work with? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm asking is, when it gets to the point that you're looking forward more to work than what you're dealing with, or what you have going on at home, then it's kind of like, well, why is that? Why isn't there, it's not that you're choosing work over home. It's just a matter of, what is home not giving you? What is being home not giving you? What is the household not giving you? What are the loved ones under your household not providing or not adding to the household to make it a realm or arena where you can say, hey, boy, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to spend time with this person or that person, because that is something that you may have to look into. Are you someone that is ready to strike out on their own and get their first apartment? You and your roommates are all ready and set to go to live the good life and pretty much get your life started? Or are you about to leave college and looking for a new place to live in a new city with your new degree? Well, guess what? There's a company called Credit Rent Boost that will allow you to get credit for the rent that you pay and get it reported to the credit bureaus. This will not only allow you to boost your credit, but also set you up long term, so when you are ready to make your first purchase as a homeowner. So give them a try. CreditRentBoost.com, and you can use promotion code OVM24522. It might be something that you may have to kind of say, well, wait a minute. Sometimes I would advise us doing a pause, a slight pause, and take a commercial break and just kind of look around yourself, look around your surroundings, look around of where you are, and just kind of say, whoa, I shouldn't be this excited to go to work. It shouldn't be, I should go to work with a good temperament. SAT words, people. We're using them. I got them in the bag. We should go to work with an even temperament. We should have a good mojo going into work. Doing our daily grind, things of that nature. You don't want to go into work, all fee, fi, fo, fum, and Hulk smash. Just angry and just work. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you're at that point, you're pretty much just ready to just leave the job anyway. So but the best time to find a job is when you already have one. So if you're in that mode, definitely look for a different line of work if you're in that temperament. But for the most of us, we're not at that point yet, or we're not at that point where we just want to, oh my gosh. We're kind of like, okay, it's a Monday, it's a Tuesday, whatever day of the week it is. But when you start to get to that point where you're, oh wow, yeah, today, okay, we got a meeting today. All right, we're going to chop it up. We're going to joke. We're going to laugh, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And then you get off work, and then it's like, got to deal with these people. I wish I was at work for another hour or so. When you kind of get into that mindset and mind frame, it's kind of like, wow. In my comedian Lonnie voice, that's crazy. Like, what is going on that would make you feel, and it's going to be different for each and every one of us. It might be something small. It might be an unresolved issue between you and a spouse, or you and your children are not on the same page. If you have teenagers and things of that nature, they're feisty and they got that teenage angst. Kick the angst out of them. But that's just how I see it. Have you ever thought of possibly starting your own podcast? Well, I can tell you firsthand they can feel overwhelming if you don't know where to get started, and that's where Buzzsprout comes in. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch a professional podcast, already helping over 100,000 people launch their own podcasts. Buzzsprout will get your podcast into every major podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. You also will get a great-looking podcasting website and so much more. To start your own podcast and get a $20 Amazon gift card, follow the link in the show notes. This lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you and helps support our show. Buzzsprout, the easiest way to start a podcast. And I must say, that guy's voice is amazing.
Ooh.
Ding! But let's look at that. I advise you and implore you, SAT words, people, always take a daily, if not weekly, checklist of where you are. Are you kind of, you may be evolving without realizing your evolution. You may be kind of leaning towards one end of a spectrum that you weren't close to before, but things have changed. Things have, outside of you, externally have changed, have altered your perception on certain things. And, so you may just be in that mode, and sometimes it's good to, if not write things down. I'm a big fan of writing things down. At least take a mental checklist, if not daily, at least weekly. As far as, where are you right now? Sometimes you have to, maybe for example, maybe there are things that kind of make you upset that didn't make you upset a year or so ago. Or you find certain things that just kind of, aggravate you, just get on your nerves. And you're like, wow, is it because I'm getting older, or is it just because I no longer am taking a back seat, or I'm no longer putting up with this type of behavior? I think our subconscious speaks to us more so than we realize, and there's a, unconsciously we're like, well, not unconsciously, well, consciously or unconsciously, one of those. We understand that, we put up with a lot of things, but our subconscious says, you know what? This just isn't right. Our subconscious, I believe, is just a way for our creator that speaks with us and says, you know what? This isn't right. You feel this certain way, and why are you putting up with this if it makes you feel this way? And sometimes it comes out in a certain body language, or a certain type of behavior, or you may just rah, and people are like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's wrong? I don't know where that came from. You know where it comes from, but you're just not really understanding and put your finger on it. Like, something isn't right at home. Especially if I'm going to work and I'm, kicking my feet up and tra-la-lying, whether you're physically going to a location or if you're working remotely. Still, enjoy work. Enjoy that time. You may meet someone that could help you further with your purpose, with a dream that you have, with, maybe an entrepreneurial pursuit. But you also want to have that balance and at least an understanding with your home life. So that way, one is not superseding the other. There won't always be an even split. There won't always be a 50-50. It may be 60-40. It may be 55-45. But guess what? As long as you keep it in that realm, somewhere in that balance, then you will be able to say, you know what? I'm even. I'm on an even keel. I'm nowhere near, favoring one over the other. I mean, most of us will always be, on that spectrum of, oh, I can't wait to get off work. Got things planned for the weekend. Da 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 da. Or even, even if it doesn't have something to do specifically with anyone under your roof, but when it starts to get to a point where you are just kind of, oh gosh, you know what? Is it Monday yet? I know it's Saturday, but I'm just so tired of y'all. I'm so tired of people. I'm tired of you, and you. I'm just so tired of everybody that you are ready to go back to work for whatever 8, 10 hour, 12 hour shift that you have. It should never get to that point, because you want to have that place of, peace, that place of understanding. So definitely, I implore you to take a weekly, if not daily, checklist of yourself. You should be doing that anyway. Continue to do that daily, of where you are, both mentally and emotionally. Always, always, always keep your mental and your emotional health at the forefront. But guys, Ladies and germs, I appreciate you stopping through. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, definitely drop a mic on the like button for your boy. Hit the subscribe. It's free. It helps the channel grow. And basically, it helps us get to that point where we are better understanding each other. Communication is going to be better so that we can be the best version of ourselves. I'm your host, Cypher the MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs, the Bronx Don. And as always, before you love anyone else, you must first love yourself. And I am out this thing. The Bronx Don. Cypher.
I will not lose. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect this. Shoot at you actors like movie directors.